In Nevada, the issue of housing affordability is rapidly intensifying. Governor Joe Lombardo is taking decisive steps, delivering a crucial message to homeowners statewide. With his newly introduced housing bill, Assembly Bill 540, he aims to enhance housing accessibility for the state's middle-income residents. However, he warns, if prompt action isn't taken, the consequences of inaction may prove disastrous. Nevada is among the fastest-growing states in the nation. This rapid growth brings vast opportunities, but considerable challenges as well. New residents, a surge in construction, and increasing wages have pushed the housing market into a frenzy. Currently, Nevada ranks sixth in the U.S. for burdened homeowners, with countless families spending over a third of their income on housing. Such a situation is simply untenable. For renters, the landscape is equally strained. Many are just one rent increase away from financial distress. Governor Lombardo's message is clear. Nevada urgently needs more attainable housing. His bill, AB 540, designates $133 million to create housing solutions for those who earn too much to receive low-income aid, but still can't keep up with soaring prices. It introduces a new category called Attainable Housing, filling the gap between affordable units and market-rate residences. Families earning up to 150% of the median income will now qualify. In regions where the median income is approximately $70,000, families making up to $105,000 may now find eligibility. For countless working professionals, such as nurses, teachers, law enforcement, and small business owners, this initiative is transformative. Yet Lombardo's caution goes beyond the bill itself. He emphasizes that Nevada's housing landscape shows significant flaws that could widen without intervention. Over the last 10 years, home prices have been rising much faster than wages. Following the 2008 recession, there was a significant lack of housing production, leading to a sustained deficit that burdens the state even today. When construction resumed, much of it focused on luxury developments, leaving the middle class struggling. Lombardo's initiative seeks to address this disparity. Through new funding avenues and streamlined local building approvals, AB 540 aims to motivate developers to undertake moderate-priced projects that have previously been deemed risky. The goal is to bridge the missing middle, the gap between subsidized housing and high-end properties. Experts concur. When executed effectively, this plan could stabilize neighborhoods, minimize bidding wars, and provide families realistic routes to homeownership. However, the governor's approach is pragmatic. He recognizes that funding and new categories won't yield homes instantaneously. In various interviews, Lombardo has underscored that speed and coordination are crucial. This translates to quicker permits, reduced bureaucratic roadblocks, and stronger collaboration among state and local officials. He calls on counties to expedite rezoning and planning approvals, asserting that sluggish bureaucracy can hinder recovery for years. Moreover, there's an overlooked challenge: access to land. Over 80% of Nevada's land is federally owned. This means that available housing sites are confined to limited areas near established cities, requiring federal approval to expand boundaries. Governor Lombardo has urged Washington to free up certain parcels for housing, especially around bustling cities like Reno and Las Vegas. He asserts that state and local agencies cannot effectively tackle the affordability crisis without additional buildable land. Yet, land accessibility is just one part of the equation. Even when sites become available, construction expenses remain steep. Tariffs, material shortages, and a lack of skilled labor have escalated costs. Bidders now report projects costing 15 to 20% more than they did a few years ago. This is why Lombardo's plan also includes incentives to make attainable housing financially appealing to builders, helping narrow the gap between expense and affordability. The ambition is to keep projects progressing instead of abandoned due to budget constraints. Homeowners should also heed this warning. An unevenly growing market can lead to instability. As the middle class gets priced out, demand concentrates at either end, luxury buyers at the top and struggling renters at the bottom. This kind of imbalance eventually affects property values, rental prices, and neighborhood stability. Lombardo's initiative aims to prevent such a divide, ensuring the housing market remains balanced and does not alienate ordinary families. Critics argue that the bill's definition of attainable might be too broad, possibly favoring developers more than needy families. Some contend that excessive focus on new construction overlooks pressing issues like escalating rents and tenant protections. Yet even critics of Lombardo acknowledge one point: the housing scarcity in Nevada is genuine, and inaction is not an option. His vision isn't solely about funding new constructions. It's about synchronizing state policies with local zoning, federal land management, and workforce development in construction. The long-term objective is evident: to build smarter, faster, and in a fairer manner. If successful, Nevada could enjoy a more consistent housing market, one that evolves steadily rather than oscillating between scarcity and surplus. The $133 million allocated in AB 540 won't be a comprehensive solution. However, it lays the groundwork for what many describe as a new foundation, recognizing housing as essential infrastructure, akin to roads or energy. When residents can live near their workplaces, communities grow more robust and local economies flourish. Thus, the broader message behind Lombardo's warning resonates. Housing policy is about maintaining Nevada's sustainable growth. Behind each statistic, there are individual stories: teachers who commute long distances, families crammed into small apartments, and young couples leaving Nevada because home ownership seems out of reach. These are the individuals Lombardo envisions helping through this bill. He encourages residents to consider the long-term effects. Reforms today can preserve Nevada's livability for future generations. Shifts in supply, zoning, and demand can significantly affect property values. Homeowners must engage in local planning discussions, infrastructure initiatives, and new development projects. These decisions will shape the future identity of neighborhoods and ultimately influence affordability. Lombardo's message isn't about inciting panic. It's about proactive engagement. He urges Nevadans to stay informed, endorse responsible development, and realize that sustainable housing benefits everyone, whether you're a first-time buyer, a renter, or already established. A balanced housing market secures property values, stabilizes communities, and fortifies the economy. This warning serves as a clarion call: act swiftly, innovate wisely, and plan strategically. If Nevada postpones waiting for the market to reset, the cost of living will escalate, and home ownership for working families will slip further out of reach. However, by investing in attainable housing, releasing more land, and maintaining project momentum, stability can become a reality. For Nevada homeowners, this is beyond mere political rhetoric. It's a blueprint for a more resilient, affordable future. A community where individuals can live, work, and raise families without being squeezed out by rising costs. That encapsulates the warning, and that illustrates the opportunity. This is Roof Matters, sharing the narratives behind the headlines and the policies that influence the roofs over our heads.